friends, this is Bhavani. I am going to discuss 20 EC 6910 Professional Ethics. Let's move on to Unit 1 Introduction to Ethics. So, this is the syllabus for Unit 1. It starts with moral and values, and we move on to occupation, profession, professionalism, and then we'll be studying on concept of ethics, need for ethics in engineering, impact of unethical conducts on society and professional, importance of moral and value in profession, core values, hollow values, and its impact, work ethics, and we'll be discussing on styles of ethics, and we'll be moving on to service learning, components, reflections, its evolution and its assessment, and finally we'll be seeing about what are the civic virtue, respect for others in engineering workplace, living peacefully, caring and sharing in engineering, and the final topic will be general etiquette for students, which is more needed. With no further delay, we move on to topic 1, that is moral and values. You see, according to Charles Colson, morality describes what is, whereas ethics describes what ought to be. Fundamentally, morals refers to a set of rules defining what is considered to be right or wrong and accepted without questions. These rules are typically defined by society. If someone breaks such a rule, then he is typically considered to have been bad or immoral. Whereas on the other hand, values provide direction in the determination of right versus wrong or good versus bad. Values are what an individual believes to have worth and importance are to be valuable. As such, morals are values defining right from wrong or good from bad. This is a pictorial representation of ethics. It nothing but it comprises or it touches all the points like conscience, choice, honor, value, integrity, moral, principles, honesty, right, fairness, and responsibility. So, what is ethics? Ethics refers to the moral character of an individual. In a broader sense, ethics reflects on human beings and their interaction with nature and with other humans, on freedom, on responsibility, and on justice. The Greek believed that it includes an emphasis on an individual's character as well as national character of a citizen as a component of a greater community. So the next one is, what is the difference between morals and ethics? Moral is nothing but it is a word which is derived from Latin naming moralis, which means a traditional customs, a custom which is commonly accepted manner of behavior or doing something in a particular society, place or time. Whereas on the other hand, ethics is derived from Greek word called ethos, meaning moral character. So here the moral typically associated with personal behavior, whereas ethics is with the professional practice and behavior. Customs or manners practiced in any given community or culture is moral, which conveys sense of stability and permanence is ethics. Maybe different from culture to culture, morality, but ethics is a standard one which is universal and immutable. It doesn't subject to change at all. This can be clearly explained with an example. For example, if a lawyer may find a murder immoral according to his personal moral code, However, ethics require that lawyer must defend their accused client to the best of their ability, even knowing their client is most likely guilty and that is acquittable could potentially result in additional crime. If lawyer begins to question his ability to adhere to these ethical principles and then must remove themselves from the practice, else he is damaging the ethics of this profession. This is fundamental concept within our public service system that ethics must trump personal morals for the greater good of maintaining the integrity of society. Why should human being be moral? We can discuss in two arguments. Argument from enlightened self-interest and argument from tradition and law. Considering the enlightened self-interest, it is generally better to be good rather than bad and to create a world and society that is good rather than a bad one. As a matter of fact, self-interest is the sole basis of ethical egoism. It doesn't mean that one ought to pursue one's own self-interest. Rather, if everyone tried to do and be good and try to avoid and prevent bad, it would be in everyone's self-interest. For example, if within a group of people no one killed, stole, lied, or cheated, then each member of the group would benefit. Argument from traditional law. Since traditions and laws are governed the behavior of human beings over the years and urge human beings to be moral rather than immoral, and there are good reasons for being so. Self-interest is one reason, but another is respect for the human thought and effort that has gone into establishing such laws and traditions and transferring them across generations over the years. So with this we move on to the next topic called occupation profession. So what is the difference between occupation and profession? Occupation is an activity undertaken by a person to earn his livelihood. It can be business, profession, or employment that a person undertakes to make money. Many think that occupation and profession are synonyms, but the fact is they are different. On the other hand, profession is an activity that requires specialized training, knowledge, qualification, and skills. It implies membership of a professional body and certificate of practice. The individuals who undertake a profession of rendering personalized service are called professionals, who are guided by a certain code of conduct set up by respective body. The line of demarcation between occupation and profession is thin and blurred. When a professional is paid for his skill or talent, it is known as occupation. So with this we discuss some key difference between occupation and profession. So an activity performed by a person normally for monetary compensation is occupation. Profession refers to vocation in which high degree of education or skills is required. Unlike occupation, the profession has a code of conduct. Occupation does not require any sort of training in a particular field, but the profession requires a specialization in a specific area, and that is why training is must. In general, profession is regulated by a particular or professional body statute, while an occupation is not. A person doing occupation gets paid for what he produces, whereas a profession gets paid according to his knowledge and expertise. The profession is also an occupation. When a person is paid for utilizing his skills and expertise. A professional is independent, that is, his work is not influenced by any external force. Conversely, there is a lack of independence in the profession because the person performing the occupation has to follow the commands of his supervisors. There are some responsibilities which are associated with the profession. However, an occupation is not backed with such responsibilities. The basic pay in the profession is normally higher than in occupation. The professionals are respected by people and have a high status in the society as compared to occupation. After the above discussion, it can be said that occupation is a broader term and it includes profession, while occupation also includes those jobs that are ordinary and hence they don't get high recognition from the society. Professions are mainly known by their jobs, that is why they receive a high level of respect and recognition from the society. So this is about occupation and profession. And next we see about professionalism. The skill, good judgment and polite behavior that is expected from a person who is trained to do a job well. That is professionalism. It is commonly understood as an individual's adherence to a set of standards, code of conduct and collection of qualities that characterize accepted practice within a particular area of activity. We can learn precisely from some characteristics of professionalism. The first is the dress for success. Profession is neat in appearance. Be sure to meet or even exceed the requirements of your company's dress code and pay special attention to your appearance when meeting with prospects or clients. Even if your workplace tends towards the casual, strive for snappy casual rather than sloppy casual. Keep something a bit dressier handy in case the big boss or an important client happens by. Confident and not cocky. Your demeanor should exude confidence but not cockiness. Be polite and well spoken whether you are interacting with the customers, interacting with the supervisors, or interacting with the co-workers. Be polite and well spoken. You need to keep your calm even during tense situations. Your body language and facial expressions communicate volumes, so be sure they are conveying the message you want others to hear. Do what you say you will do. As a professional, you will be counted on to find a way to get the job done. Responding to people promptly and following through on premises in a timely manner is also important, as this demonstrates reliability. Be at work on time, start meetings on time, and follow through on all your commitments. And be an expert in your field. Professionals strive to become experts in their field, which sets them apart from the rest of the pack. This can mean continuing your education by taking courses, attending seminars, attending any related professional designations. Behave morally and ethically. Professionals such as doctors, lawyers, public accountants must adhere to a strict code of ethics. Even if your company or industry doesn't have a written code, you should display ethical behavior at all times. Maintain your poise, that's very important. A professional must maintain his poise even when facing a difficult situation. For example, If a colleague or client treats you in a belligerent manner, you should not resort to the same type of behavior. Have good phone etiquette. Your phone etiquette is also a very important component of professional behavior. This means identifying yourself by your full name, a company and title when you place a call. Be sure not to dominate the conversation and listen intently to the other party. Return calls in a timely manner and follow up on any actions you agreed during that conversation. Strike the right tone. During a written correspondence, keep your letters brief and to the point. Your tone should be polite and formal without being stuffy. Be structured and organized. Professional can easily and quickly find what is needed. Your work area should be neat and organized, and your briefcase should contain only what is needed for your appointment or presentations. Own up to mistakes. Professionals are accountable for their actions at all the times. If you make a mistake, own up to it and try to fix it if possible. Don't try to place the blame on a colleague. If your company made the mistake, take responsibility and work to resolve the issue. So with this, we stop here. Okay students, let's meet in next lecture. Thank you.